Hi, Witchpuppy! Is my mic on? Can people hear me? Just get it sorted. Can people hear me? How is the music and voice level? Is the music too loud? Is it too quiet? Sorry, I'm doing the whole beginning of the stream thing. Cause it's always that whole thing of like, hey guys, can you hear me? Oh, cannot hear any music. Alright, give me a sec. Here we go. Can we hear music now? Okay, that answered that question, Elizabeth. Bit loud. How's that? Is that any better? It's always that joy at the beginning of the stream where we can't tell how loud or quiet something is. Upside, unlike yesterday, I checked Sai before we started, so I know Sai is deciding to play today. But cool. Alright, brilliant. So we're going to do the standard old, same old, same old. We're going to do some, for this evening I've got planned, I need to finish off one more Patreon portrait, which I think is Witchpuppy's one. Oh, I also forgot, I did some cool things. I say cool things, I don't know if it's cool, considered a cool thing. I did a thing. Thank you very much whoever just followed. Give me a sec, let's have a check. Thank you Pirehawk for following. Hi again. If you're in chat, hi again. If you're not and you've just obviously decided to follow me off a link online, that's great still, but hi. Alright, just give me 1 second because I've got a cool thing, I need to figure out how these work. Give me a sec. Yes, I've set up Nightbot. I need to figure out a few more things yet, but Nightbot is all good. That also reminds me, I need to mod a couple of you. So nah, that didn't work. Let's try it again. No, you're not a mod yet. But I need to figure out how to make you a mod, Liz, because you are a mod on my Discord, so I need... Was that a whine from Madam? Where are you? Sorry, my cat. I think she was just coming in whining again. Like it tends to do. Oh, I hear footprints. Where are you? Baby girl, where are you? Where are you? Hello? Oh no, that's my shoes. That's not my cat. That is my shoes. But she's here somewhere. Oh, you're behind me! Oh, you're behind me. You come here. You can come here. No, she's like, Mum, come play me on the. So we've been playing on the stairs today, and she's like, Mother, I want to play on the stairs again with the banisters. But yeah, the plan is this evening, what we're going to do is going to do the usual warm-up of some doodles. So I've got some requests from my Discord chat, but then I should be able to open up to a few others. So we've got that. And then we will be doing some portrait painting, and if I've got that done, I'll be doing a couple of headshots that I need to get done. Loony is gem. Loony is also several words that I've currently banned from Twitch chat. Give me a sec. I'm just sorting out modding. Keeps going. This is an invalid name. It's an invalid name. It's an invalid name. It's not an invalid name. I see it in front of me. Oh, yeah, apparently you're already a mod. I successfully made you a mod anyway, so yeah. Also, hi B-Hacks. Yes, your Molly is looking very cool. Actually, I will quickly show you something that I did yesterday because it will make those of you who weren't in yesterday happy, particularly those who like Molly. So give me a sec because I did a thing. If I can find it, because I did it as a PSD, so pardon me. My dinner is repeating on me. Yeah, you are now a mod, so yeah. So you should have access to a few more commands, to include my Patreon. There's my Patreon link and my social media links as well. But yeah, you have access to a few more commands than everyone else does. What? At least with Nightbot, so have fun with that. Where did I put it? Wait, it's not here. No. Basically, I drew a really cool Molly doodle yesterday, at the beginning of our stream yesterday, and I can't find it. I know it's in here somewhere. I know, I'll find it and I'll repost it later. But yeah. Yeah, I thought I did ban art, but apparently I didn't. It's mainly a lot of, the main ones I have removed are a lot of racist or homophobic slurs and things like that. Slurs that I've mainly focused on. But yeah, anyway, so let's get started. So I'm just going to quickly check my Discord chat out, which I helpfully closed. Because I'm a smart girl. Where are you? No, she's gone. Oh no, the stream's been a bit nuffy. Yeah, I find Twitch is a bit like that at times. Let me just double check to make sure it's not my end. I know I'm dropping a few frames, but yeah, Twitch can be funny. I actually find sometimes when I can't get my computer, I use my phone. My phone or my tablet for some reason is able to do it better. But I don't know if it's because of where it's running off the app rather than, I don't know. I don't do technical. So let's have a look. What requests have we got for this evening? So stream requests. First one, Knack McFeagle. No. Sorry, no. However, B-Hacks, I can do Prompto because Prompto is my baby boy, so I can always draw Prom. So let's get this clean off. So again, gonna do that whole blue thing I do. Bowsette Chompet. I can give it a go in a sec, but I'm gonna do Prompto first because I'm gonna go with what's been put in my Discord first, since that's what my Patreons and my guests that get to do before then. So let's have a go. kind of tempted to be like, ah, run away, ah. Sorry, what I'm doing at the moment is doing a thing that another artist recommended to me. She's just like occasionally just doing a random shape and trying to fit a character inside of it. Ah! Hi, Firehawk. Also, hello, Angela. Thank you for coming in. Hi. I'm really sorry. I'm going to be slightly hyper. I had sugar earlier on. I had a lot of sugar. I am so sorry, guys. I had so much sugar. Help. Yeah, it's, do a quick... It's really super... This is just warm-up doodles that I'm doing at the moment, guys. For people who've just joined, it's just... It's what I usually do at the beginning, is where people shout out requests and I'll just do some random doodles. Nothing too fine. It just means I can just... start warming up. But I'm going to be trying to do some more painting because I've got a couple more of my Patreon rewards that I need to still get done. So these are going to be drawn without reference, and therefore please don't judge me for the poor anatomy. I can't actually take credit for my overlay. So I installed Streamlabs OBS a while ago just because it was a lot easier, because it's like, oh, do this. And it's actually one of their overlay themes that they got that I adjusted slightly. I really recommend it actually, because it made it so much easier to go like, done. Don't have to do anything. Because I'm still learning how to do overlays, so it's allowed me to sort of be able to like do stuff that I can then later on customize at another time. But yeah, I'm not gonna be like, yeah, I totally set this up now. If anyone wants a link to it, if anyone else streams and wants a link to it, I can provide a link. It is an affiliate link because it will help me out if you do like it, for you to do it that way rather than going yourself, but I will totally just put the link anyway. Because it's a genuine thing that I have found it a lot easier, because you have to put like copy and paste links in for your widgets. You can literally just be like, like Discord Designs, who I helped her out using Slobs, which is this other name, can describe to you that it's just a bit easier. Grab your hands link. Alright, give me a sec. I think I should be able to... One sec. And I'll put it in the chat. Because the other reason why I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna say I did all this is because I think Iona Murasan uses the same overlay as me, that she's adjusted it slightly. So it's one of those things where I'm like, oh, if I said, oh, I totally did this, people are like, nope. Just give me a sec. I'll grab that link for you. Twitch. Kite. Yes, the put the character in the shape thing was actually something that when I was at Fort Bubble earlier this month, no, last month, the artist who I was next to, I can't remember her name, I think it was Kashka, that I was next to, she's Polish, and she basically done this whole sort of, she did a lot of the Captain America sort of sticker packs, and with those, she basically, that's what she'd done. She'd just done like, I'm just gonna try and, so I'm just faffing around because I'm like, the proportions of this are very, very wonk. Yeah, how's everyone's days going? It looks like we've actually got quite a few people in this evening. I'm actually a bit shocked. Yeah, there's only sugar. There is only more sugar. Only more sugar. Human heads are weird. So easy to make them too big. Okay. So a bit more workable. But let's just see who's in, so I can say hello to everyone, because of I don't want to, like, I don't like being rude, like particularly if I've got a few people in. So should I think I've said hello to everyone. Although some of you aren't showing up as being in here, which is weird. But yeah. No, I think I said hello. Although Electrical Longboard and Apple Bad Apple, you're back in again, and Commander Root, say hi again, guys. Alright, let's get on with these doodles. And now I've got to try and remember what Prompter looks like. Ha ha! Don't judge me, I've been doing like, I've not done much drawing today. Today's been like a paper make work day. Lying down is always a mistake. Lying down is always a mistake. Yeah, I'm just doing some doodles at the moment just to do my warm-ups before I start painting. Just because of where I've been doing traditional media all day with doing Inktober and finishing off some ink commissions, which I've now finished off all my outstanding ink commissions. So it gets posted as an tomorrow. So that means that all I've got to do is finish my Patreon stuff, and then I can finish my work on my Beastly Beverages stuff, and then finish work on some digital commissions, and that means I've caught up with so much of my stuff. I promise I will at some point do something other than just a really loose, like, actually, to be fair, it's been weird. Coming back from having a really bad time of mental health, I've really thrown myself back into work, and I've actually got probably more done this week than I have in the last couple of weeks. So I've been a bit like, yeah, just keep the ball going, Try not to burn out. But yeah. So yeah, I'm just gonna find some reference pictures. So if it goes all quiet, it's because I'm actually like going frantically searching prompto references. Because whilst I remember some bits about that boy, I can't remember a lot of his clothing because it's hella complicated. Like, it's the sort of complicated that I freaking love, but at the same point, it's also... My soft son! Lissy, what are the tunes? So actually, this is actually, it's my stream safe track that my stream safe playlist that I've got at the moment. So what have I got playing at the moment? It's Happiness featuring Disaster Piece by Big Giant Circles. If you want, what I can do after this is I can put the playlist link in my Discord for you. Actually, well, because I've got a new phone, I no longer have my prompter and my Lance file anymore, so I do not. I can safely say I do not actually have one at the moment. Vax, on the other hand, Vax, I can still not say for certainty that I don't have something like that somewhere. So it's just going to be some really super rough sketches. I'm going to start off the boots because I hate myself. Fun fact, I hate wearing shoes? No, I hate drawing shoes. Because they are freaking hard to draw. And look natural, so... Up that dilution a little bit. There we go, it's a bit better. It's a bit softer. Yeah, like, no, getting out of bed is literally a very hard achievement. I agree with you, Liz. I mean, Liz, Discord Designs knows with me that as someone who suffers with depression, it is one of those things that just getting out of bed can be an achievement. Always assuming good intent, but swearing. It is always cool. It's always nice when I've got a reasonably busy chat, because I never have to worry too much that I'm not talking enough. Because it's like, oh no, you guys are entertaining yourself. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. This is why I pay Liz and Nick to come into my chats. What? Who said anything about paying? I don't pay people to come into my chats. One day I'll be able to draw boy faces without making them look like women, but today is not that day. Also, Prompto, what even is your hair? Like, what even is your hair? What even is this chocobo butt fluff that is a hairdo? Like, what even? Yeah, it's just red kite. It's like with when it comes to like Final Fantasy hair, 9 times out of 10 it is literally just what even. What even is? I'll find a side shot in a minute and that'll probably help. I will say, out of all the boys' like outfits, I do like Prompto's and Ignis the best. They're my two favourite out of all of them. Like, Prompto's got a sort of like soft core, sort of like punk going on. And Ignis is just, well, Ignis. He's a smart boy. Which I appreciate as someone who really likes smart clothing at times. That's a camera. That is not anything dodgy that I've just drawn. I'm just emphasising that now in before Liz makes a comment. Just... yeah, let's not have a fight about best boy. They're all best boys. Hi, Kitten Poker. Yes, please, please send cosplayers over. I will probably die. Although I'm not gonna lie. Like, B-Hex is like, Prompto is still fucking good. Like, yes. Pocket glitter. Yes, always pocket glitter. Alright. There you go. Super rough sort of Prompto in a bubble. Soft boy in a bubble. So I can delete that. Let's just move all of these over. Or not, as the truth may be. sometimes this hates me. Let's just pop him up there. Alright. Yeah, and like, as much as I love Final Fantasy 15, it's not for everyone. Like, there are a lot of games that I haven't played that a lot of people have. And to be fair, it's a good time coming to Final Fantasy 15 now if you did want to play it, because there's so much additional content and they've patched a lot and they've actually fixed a lot of the areas that they hadn't done when it first released. So... yeah, alright, so I think that was the only one that I had in my prompts box on my Discord. So just scrolling through, we've got Bowsette. Okay, let's try it. I've got to do boobies now. Sorry, Prompto. Don't even ask me why boobs so far up her chest. This is just me trying to get the... Oh, sorry, B-Hacks. Hope you have a good evening. I'm so sorry. See you later, B-Hacks. Yeah, switches are pretty cool. Anyway, let's try and get this looking a bit more actually structured. That just looks uncomfortable. Oh, Hi, Crimson Kyle. I'm doing well, thank you very much. How are you? Seems we're quite busy this evening. Oh, I'm glad you're over the cold. Colds are horrible. Colds are absolutely vile. Unfortunately, I've had a few nasty ones this year. The one I caught at JCon was absolutely disgusting. I'm not sure what I'm doing with her face. Colds are absolutely disgusting. The one I caught at like JCon was absolutely horrendous. Still have no idea what I'm doing with her face. Not sure that's exactly what I'm going for, but... Oh no! Children, to be fair, like when I used to work in teaching and that, children are just living petri dishes at times. With just what they can end up picking up, it's... But there is nothing worse than a sick kid. Like... Totally gonna give her like Chun-Li sort of spiked bracelets. Just because I can. I've been really bad. I've not gone to the gym at all this week. No. Oh, she's got one on here. That's fine. So most people draw over those. It's fine. My Fitbit's just gone, it's time to go to bed. It's this time, like, no. Not time to go to bed. Not time in the slightest. Yeah, sorry, I can see that there's a lot of chat going on about gyms. I find that, personally, the gym is also really good for reducing anxiety because your brain just will concentrate more on doing things and concentrate on you actually having to like, run. It also, because of the brain, the endorphins it releases, is also very good for you in that respect. She says, having not gone for ages. I went on Sunday, but then I forgot to do my cool down and I regret it this evening, so... Well, I've regretted it the last couple of days, so... Always remember to do your cool down, otherwise that sucks. Yeah, there we go. Sort of... very rough Bowsette sort of... sketch and doodle. Now we've done those. Oh. Now we've done those couple of doodles. So we can get on with actual painting. Because I've done, I think, enough little warm-ups to sort of get myself a bit more with doing digital today. Yeah, Nick, whilst I do follow the cooldowns on the machines, the problem is with me, though, is because of my hypermobility, I have to do full stretches afterwards, because otherwise my legs just go, no. Everything seizes up. So let's get these saved. And let's get on with what I'm actually going to be doing this evening is some portrait painting. So let's get a new canvas sorted. Get this nice blue base down. And okay, let's just find the thingy-majigs. Let's find my references. Get a new sheet out so I can put my references on here so that I can actually get these up. So these references together. So yeah, bear with me 1 second, folks. Just gotta sort this out, and then we can get on with some painting. But yeah, how's everyone's day been? What's everyone else been up to? Apart from got the gym, what else has everyone been up to today? Whilst I'm doing this finangly with me jigs. Ooh, have some toast. Toast sounds good. Trying to figure out what Valistine this is. This looks... Oh. Part of me wants to say Durafemin. Part of me wants to say Durafemin, but I'm not sure if it is Durafemin. Oh, depression and anxiety spikes are horrible. Unfortunately, I hit one during... Thought bubble, but yeah, depression, anxiety spikes. You have my full, because it's horrible. They are not pleasant. Also, well done, Witchpuppy, for writing some stuff. That's pretty darn cool. I had a small anxiety, depression thing earlier on because I was about the state of the way our country is heading at the moment. I won't get into it, but yeah, that's why I was then very naughty. And instead of going to the gym, I then got loads of junk food. Which, to be fair, even though I eat food fits, but I've not scarfed all of it because I was like, no, I don't really want the rest. So that's good. So well, the thing is, this is the problem with me and my anxiety and depression. One, I have cycles where I go up and down and I can switch very quickly. For a while, they actually thought that I had bipolar because of it, but because I don't really get mania, I only really get the depression. But also, I don't know, sometimes being around people who don't know me, it can help. Because I don't know. Everyone's new and everyone's happy, and I absorb the happiness from my surroundings at times. So, also, I've got pretty high functioning depression and anxiety. So it's usually only my friends that will know. And by my friends, I mean just like really good friends. So, yeah. Oh, so it's really cute. The birthday dinner. Oh god, no, I know about redrawing Inktober, isn't it? Yeah. I just don't. I was working on my Inktober today because it was commissioned. I was like, nah, it's good enough. It's good enough. Stop feathering with it. But yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The, just Theresa May and our government, UK government at the moment, I'm just left to sit there going, I'm pretty sure they're all inbred rich people for the most part. Oh, nice! Kitten Poker, check you out with all the stuff that you're doing. That is a lot of stuff. Oh, I thought I'd done a lot of stuff recently. That is putting me to shame. Although I was happy to say that I was able to post out a lot of my Patreon rewards and out today. And I did get out a lot of my last couple of shop orders. Got a last couple of my shop orders out. I need to reorder my earrings because I'm now out of several of my colours of my dice earrings. I need to get more of those in because I'm going to need them for London. Anxiety is a peak. I really want to, at some point, want to do a YouTube video talking about art and doing art with depression and anxiety. The reason why I had a breakdown at TB is because it's almost been a year ago since I had my breakdown caused by my workplace. So I think a part of it was I wasn't feeling great anyway, but then had just reliving through that in my head was a bit much. But ultimately, we're all survivors, we will get there. We will get there. Yeah, but I think is what I found is after everything, it's actually motivated me a bit more and given me a kick up the butt. So, you know, spite is a wonderful motivator at times. I've drawn the features weird because the jaw, those lips are not in the right place. Yeah, you know, I hear Survivor said, so I go to start singing like Gloria Gaynor, my friend, just like, I will survive. Oh god, that now brings back memories of them in Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. I freaking love that movie. Such a good movie for when like you're feeling rubbish. I mean, it has moments where it is like, okay, yeah, that's deep. I got a bit too real, but I do like it. So yeah, I got a bit funny earlier on, and I was like, I'm gonna eat some cherry bakewell tarts, and then I'm going to play some Final Fantasy 12 for a bit, and then I will feel better. This makes me happy. Sorry, it's a car alarm going out, so I'm like, oh, is that my car? No, that's not my car. I think we've got the basic structure there, so we can do some tidying up. Well, you know, Destiny's Child's good as well. Cherry Bakewells. I went to Morrison's earlier on, and they had fresh cherry Bakewells, and I was like, yeah. Gotta do it. Yeah, Destiny's Child is a good pick as well. Ah, wrong bad. Wrong brush. Wrong brush. Wrong brush. Yeah, cherry Bakewells are my favourite cakes. Also, this is making me want to play at Dragon Age Inquisition again. Such a sucker for Lavellans, they're the best. Like, don't get me wrong, Lavellans are pretty cool, but every time I do Dragon Age Inquisition, I just always end up being a Lavellan because I can't help myself. Really like the androgynous. I think the reason why I like elves a lot is because of generally I like androgynous characters. Let's not say if you're playing an elf you have to have them androgynous. I like that stereotype. Yeah, I miss playing my Lavellan Vale. She just had no time for anything. She's just in a perpetuous state of just like, why are the Shems not letting me leave? I don't want to be here. Like I said, it's ironic because of at the beginning of the game I was very much like, oh, she had a choice to just cut her hand off and walk away. So when it ended off with their trespassers ending, I was like, yeah, this is fitting. This is literally the ending she would have chosen. Like, get rid of my hand, throws book on ground, backflips out backwards, flipping the bird. Because because I am that sort of person. All I would say is if BioWare are able to actually do Dragon Age 4, which is very... I hold no great hopes out for it. I'm just like, can we please have better hairdos, please? At this point, I'm pretty like, BioWare's dead. I just hope the people who made it what it was make a new company and start doing games again. Oh, so Ellen sounds a bit like her Vale's little brother. Because I've done a playthrough of both of them. And like, where she's just like, she's not angry, but she's a bit more calculating. He's just like, I want everything to be okay. I don't know how I got involved in all of this, but please be okay. Please don't be sad. What Valesline is it that he's wearing? Because it looks a bit like Durafmin, but I don't think it is. Because it's not, I don't think it's Silays. Because I think my gal, she went with Mifal. And, yeah, she went with Mifal. And I think I had Silays for my boy. But yeah, I think that's on the one eye. Oh, it's Foundine. Okay. Because I was like, part of me would say Durafmin, but I was thinking, I don't think it's dark enough for Durafmin. I think Falondine's Durafmin's brother, I think. God, it's been ages since I've touched on Dragon Age lore. Hey, I do remember some of my things. I do remember some of my like Dragon Age lore. I used to know like so much more of it because when I first started off like doing artwork, I was known for my Dragon Age artwork, and at the time I was very much into like the whole universe and knew a lot of the mythology and that around it. Now I'm just like, I know. Yeah, I used to generally back in the day, gosh, when I was on Tumblr more than anything else, I was massively the Dragon Age part of the fandom is where I was. yeah, I'm so happy. I remember things. I remember stuff. Oh, hi JLs24. Thank you for coming back in again. Also, Virgo Pros. Hi, nice to see you again. And V&K. Sorry, just checking for a second. Yeah, there's quite a few more people than I saw, so. Hi again, guys. I'm trying to be a good host. I'm trying to be like, yes, hello, remember to do the thing. Because I'm generally pretty terrible at like being a hostess, so. When I'm like, concentration phase. Be quiet. It starts going quiet because it's like, I'm trying to concentrate. Go and shower. Yeah, usually I'm a lurker in streams as well. So the question is, Witchpuppy, who did you romance? If you romance anyone at all with this lovely boy. Because I was a terrible person and I romanced Solus with Fail. Only because I was like, I want the most absolutely horrible, angsty ending possible, so... Because that's what I do. Angsty. Oh, he looks like he's at the beginning of a makeup tutorial with this sort of thing going on at the moment. Hi, Jules. Everything's going well today. Thank you very much. I'm having an alright day. Not as productive as I would have liked, but still going alright. Thank you very much for asking. Yeah, see, I like Dragon Ball's romancing, but the problem is I can't do it because I'm ace, and it just squigs me out every time. I'm like, it's one of those things where I'm like, I'm really glad that this is in here because I know that this is a healthy representation of BDSM, and that this is good for people, but I can't play it because it gives me the creeps. It gives me the squigs, and it's just it's me being like, I'm really happy this is in here, just not for me. It's a shame because I actually really like Lion Ball as a character. Aww. No, I get the whole sort of having an AU where, you know, or like having a sort of the things outside of the actual game constructs. It's like I've got sort of with my friends, I laughed and made up this like not random thing, but be going that if my warden, like two of my wardens being in the same playthrough would have been hilarious. Like my Kuslands and my Tabris, because my Tabris was a city elf. And I was really sad that there wasn't an option for when Zevran tries to kill you to kind of basically go into hysterical laughter, because that would have been her going, they think I'm people now. This is great. They actually think I'm people. Ironically, she's who my D&D character Ree was based off of. But I was giggled because I was just like, well, that with my Kusan would have been like, knows how to do things and is just very, very lawful good. It's just like, what is this? Yeah, I like AUs and I like playing around outside of the actual game. That's why I really want to do a Dragon Age tabletop game at some point. Because actually my first experience with D&D was actually with Dragon Age tabletop RPG. And I very much liked my Dragon Hunter character. Shame I didn't get to play with her very long. Just because the game just died. Ah, yeah. Dragon Age 2 is still my favourite out of all the games. But I do like the others, all for their own reasons. Mistake of trying to smooth everything out too quickly. Don't want to make him look plasticky. Music sounds like it belongs in Final Fantasy. Yeah, I mean, I'm doing my Patreons at the moment. So yeah, I've been a bit busy. It's just been mainly catching up at the moment. Hoping to be able to get on with some more stuff outside of that, but I've got also a couple of business contracts that I'm doing at the moment as well, which is why like I can't stream those or like share them online because of like NDAs and contract agreements and some such. So which is why at the moment a lot of what you guys see in my Patreon stuff, because I like the stuff I'm like, I need to get this done, but I can actually show this stuff. But yeah, I mean, the Inktober isn't taking up too much from my day. I had to complete a couple of ink commissions that I had left over from prior to Thought Bubble. There's a couple of things I want to see if I can get done and made for London later this month. I was going to try and get some more comic work. I wanted to try and see if I could get another issue of Clara Quire out, but that's not going to happen. But I'm debating whether to do November again this year, or concentrate on other stuff. So we will see what happens with that. Alright, let's get not a reference, but I can see what level work I've done before. September. What I find interesting when I paint now is actually I always tend to start around the nose, which given that I actually used to hate drawing noses once upon a time, and they're one of the things I hated drawing the most and I struggled with the most, and that's the thing that I tend to start with. Yeah, I've been reasonably busy with the Patreon stuff because when I set up my Patreon, I never believed that I would get as many people as I did actually signing up. It's one of those things that actually was a massive shock for me, particularly the amount of people who went for the higher tiers. One of those things that actually utterly shocked me. And it's still something that I reel over now. I keep expecting to one day wake up and everyone realises it's a huge mistake and they're like, no, I've got to leave. I wait for that day. So I'm going to be going quiet because I'm like, concentration phase. So please feel free to like ask questions and that, guys, from me. Because it's one of those things I'm always very conscious that I go very quiet when I'm trying to concentrate. And always try and keep up the flow in here, because it's one of those things I think always gets a bit, I won't say boring in streams, but it's kind of nice having people talk. 'Cause I mean, that's what makes it different from playing things yourself, or it's part of the streaming experience. I don't have a process yet. It's literally just me making it as I go along. This is basically like the same as my DM process. It's just like pulling stuff out of my ass and just seeing what works. Which reminds me, I've got a game I need to start getting together for Saturday night. But I think I've got most of it planned because they're still on there. They're still on their dungeon crawl at the moment, which lucky enough it's one of those things of I designed it thinking, yeah, they'll get done in like 2 sessions. No, it's like 5 sessions on, they're still not out of there. It's because I forget that I've got very narrative focused players, and that Essentially, the dungeon they're going through is got a lot of not story-based things, but they're learning a lot about the world and the history of that particular region. Because I've never homebrewed anything completely. It was one of the things that, you know. Oh god, don't turn the busting like I don't know where to put these arms. Yeah, I know that feel. I know that feel indeed. Yeah, I think it is always cool seeing like I like watching a lot of artists stream myself because I pick up things by seeing how they how they do stuff. So I find it's a really good like learning experience as well. It's not copying per se, because you're just sometimes you're like, oh, I don't think to try and do things that way. And but yeah, MCM is always a bit of a close run thing that I think is because of this year's been a learning experience, because where I used to be, this used to be my side gig, so I was always thinking about cons and stuff like that, but I don't know, where I've started branching out into other things this year, and because I've done so many cons this year, I think if I'm going to continue to freelance and go do less cons next year, so I can concentrate on actually getting some portfolio work and that done. It's not to say doing cons are bad, it's just that doing cons takes a lot of time and I keep getting sick going to them because I have a terribly weak constitution. Like, pretty sure if I was a D&D character, my constitution would be something really stupid, like -2. Because yeah, if you really want to watch some really good sort of progress videos, I keep plugging his work, but I like Cynic's stuff, especially with his painting. It's definitely helpful if painting's the sort of thing you're looking at doing. Jess Taylor's also a pretty good person to watch as well. When she does stream, I don't know how often she does stream, but what I like about doing this painting now is that I'm noticing that I am slowly becoming quicker and quicker at doing them. Which is nice because it means I can start trying to perfect this sort of stuff, so I can put stuff like this in my portfolio for concept work. It's not to say I think I'll get any concept work, actual concept work jobs, because I don't know. It's just, art is such a competitive market, but don't know unless you try. so let's save that, because I've actually not saved that at all, I think, since I've started. Whoops. Oh, it's more, yeah. It's more, yeah, I need to think about my ASI and be like, put it in Constitution. To be fair, if I was D&D character, I think pretty much most of my stats would be in the negative. I think the only positives I might have are pre-charisma and either intelligence or wisdom, I'm not sure which. Probably intelligence. Because I'm smart, I don't always have the best common sense. Thought that wasn't quite in the right place. There we go. Thought that wasn't quite right. There we go. Yeah, this sounds like really good ideas. Like, try like, I just need a bit more constitution. Well, it depends. Like, I don't know. I'm really bad with getting colds, but I've got pretty good constitution when it comes to saving throws with regarding with food. Like, I can eat some stuff where it's like, everyone's like, oh god, that's gonna make you sick, and I'm like, nah, I'm fine, I'm good, nope, I'm fine. It's like, I'm really super clumsy, so it's like, okay, I've got poor dex, but it's like, then again, I do a lot of dexterous tasks. So it's like, well, either I have really poor dexterity, or I just roll really terribly. Yeah, it could multi-class and paladin. That's another good one. So get another good suggestion. And again, I don't know what class. I was saying to one of my friends was discussing like, oh, you know, if we were a D&D class, what would we be? And I was like, well, I probably would have been a bard that then multi-classed in being a wizard, because where I was a scientist. So I did a lot of studying, and would have also been quite happy to have gone up into PhD in that level once upon a time. And actually some of my professors were really surprised that I never did that, because I was one of the top students in my class. Because I'm one of those weird people that does science as well as art. Just don't ask me to do history. Oh, pardon me. So it's chip shop curry chips earlier. I mean crisps. Ugh. Well, am I American? No. I'm probably not going to go on as long as I did last night. As much as I'd like to get this done tonight, I don't think I will. I'm not going to try and push myself to get this done this evening. I tend to definitely stream every Thursday as is my regular day. So every Thursday between 7:30 and 10 are my regular, we'll do this once a week unless other things are on sort of thing. Outside of that, it will depend. What I tend to do is if I've got digital work that I'm working on that I know that I can publicly share, I tend to stream regardless, because I find it actually helps me focus. Also means that, because I usually am a complete shut-in most of the time at the moment, it means I've got company when I'm drawing and I don't feel quite as isolated. if that makes sense. But it depends. But yeah, generally Thursday, this time Thursdays are my usual regular stream day, and I try and do that every week. I occasionally stream games as well, but that's not hugely a focus for me. It's usually just like if I'm wanting to chill out and do some games, but because I have to keep maintaining a certain amount I stream a week, and because some of my followers are like, please play games so we can watch. I'm like, why? Because usually I end up talking about art direction with game design, even though I half the time I'm probably not making stuff up, but just saying what I feel. But yeah, I try to stream Thursdays my regular day, because I used to have D&D games on a Tuesday, Wednesday and Friday nights, but I don't anymore, so it just freed me up to do more streams. But I also I've started a YouTube recently, which I'm starting to put my stream recordings on, but also I do small like quick inks each week and put my speed paints on there, and I've got some hopes to do some additional vids on there at some point soon as well. It's just finding the time. Tea obtaining times. The big drop in games was because of I've left a couple. So I left my Tuesday game. I put on hiatus because I was doing a module and I didn't like the module, and I was like, I'm gonna change this to a homebrew. I've just not had time to actually sit there and actually plan out the homebrew, which I need to sort out. As to my Wednesday game, that one I've just left as a player because of it was a game where I wasn't feeling quite like the DM was great, the players were great, and it's just like, I don't think this is the game for me though. Just I wasn't enjoying it that much and kept setting off my anxiety and that, so I was like, it's not a problem for anyone, I just don't think this is the game for me right now. And DM was really handy, really nice about it, and I'm pretty sure if I turned around and went, look, can I come back, he'd be like, yeah, sure. And the Friday game we've now moved to Saturdays because it's easier for my players, so No, I don't think we're doing too bad for an hour's progress on this. Yeah, I'm just running 5e for all of them at the moment because of honestly 5e is the first one that I've done, and also 5e is the one that so far has been the one that most fits how I like to GM and DM. I wouldn't mind running a Dragon Age one at the moment. I'm not a huge fan of the 3 dice 3d6 system. But I do, I don't really like the Fantasy Age system as a whole, but I do like the Dragon Age world and the classes that it has with it, and I have got the book for it. So, I've not yet done Pathfinder. I don't know, I like the flexibility that 5e, the 5e has enough rules for me, but also has a lot of flexibility for me, which I like, 'cause it means that I can give my players flexibility. Which is ideally what I want to do most of the time. Yeah, I wouldn't mind trying some other systems at some point, but since I tend to be the DM in the group, and the thing is, I like running nice long-term campaigns. I'm not very good at doing, I'm no good at doing the whole, you know, kill, murder, loot experience. I'm really bad at that sort of thing. I'm the sort of person who's like, I like giving you puzzles and court intrigue and watching you guys, giving you guys interesting, very Dragon Age Origins, there may not be a necessary right or wrong decision in this. My players constantly I don't want to make the wrong decision. I'm very rarely is there a wrong decision. It's only consequences. There is no wrong decision. Only consequences. Right. I'm just going to quickly stop and just have a quick drink and a nibble on a thing. I'm still going to be here. I'm just going to rest my hand for a second. So, give me a sec. Oh, I've not tried an Amnesia campaign. That does sound cool. No, I've not tried an Amnesia campaign. Unless you mean that you start off not knowing who you are. In which case, I ran one of those on New Year's. Well, my players were like, oh, what are we playing? Flip over your sheets, and they just saw blank sheets. And they're like, wait, what? I'm yeah, you wake up and don't know who you are or where you are. System that the Doctor Who that's TBD RPG used, the Star Wars RPG uses it too. That sounds cool. Yeah, Pathfinder, I know there's a lot going on, but it's quite funny. It says it's a lot of maps, and I'm yeah, and also every time I hear about the old 3.5 editions of D&D, I'm what? I'm by nature an RPer as well, which is why whilst I have I run a lot of games where, yeah, there's going to be skill challenges. I'm also sort of persons that know you as players are going to have to figure things out. You can do rolls to see if like things sound familiar and that, but ultimately they're for you to figure out, not just they're for you to creatively problem solve. Like one of my players, her and her boyfriend have currently got a conspiracy wall with post-its where they're trying to figure out what's going on in Whitestone at the moment. They've had things such as a note that had a comment on it about I hope you read this letter by the same light that I wrote it by, and eventually one of the players decided, okay, I'm going to read this near open flame, and having the letter explode and several smudges of black from gunpowder blanking out certain words and things like that. So I do tend to do a lot of things like that where it's like, no, I'm going to leave this for you guys to think about. So, and like for instance, one of my players at the moment, she doesn't know who her deity is, only that she's a cleric, and that there's like, she's been given a few riddles, but she also has a floor mat, which was her trinket. And she had to find the other half, and when she got the other half, she used mending to repair it. And then she happened to read it on the right night, where moon runes showed up, and she could read that there's a message in halfling on it as well. Yeah, I like giving my players something to, one of their characters, but also it's a challenge, like going, oh no, you can't just roll for this. You can roll for bits, but I want you guys to think. And I like having their decisions have weight. So I run my games very much like a Doctor Who sort of thing, where it's like, you've got certain fixed points that are always going to happen. They are fixed nodes that are never going to change. And they may change slightly, but they're always going to happen. But everything else is timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly. Depends on what the players do, depends on who they interact, and I try not to plan too hard. Like, I plan the world. But I find it, like, giving that sort of environments kind of helps. Like, for instance, I've got my players running through my homebrew, which is not high it's a weird, there are elements of high fantasy, but it's very much a modern fantasy sort of thing. And there are real reasons why I chose to set it in 5e, because there's actually a lot of mechanics that make sense. But one of my favourite things so far was when the players they went down to a necropolis, and as they were doing investigating and seeing how like these cave systems, this necropolis underneath the city was set up, it was really nice having the moment where one of the players just stopped and went, "This isn't a necropolis. This is a you know, a better scorched earth protocol. 2.5 million people were killed here in really traumatic circumstances. Oh God, we've walked to this place where there could be 2.5 million undead down here. Oh crap." Yeah. Sorry, I'm just eating something really quickly. I'm really sorry, guys. You have to listen to me eating. Yeah, but it's one of those things where they knew something was up, so they're currently making their way through this dungeon crawl. And actually, a few of my players who've played D&D before, so they've really liked it as a dungeon crawl, because they've had to like sort of abseil through half-buried buildings, go through cave systems and things like that. I get that a lot of my players. I'm really happy that a lot of them Yeah, it's basically they've gone to the city of oh goodness, I've forgotten the name of it. Because the buried city underneath is called Travis. Oh my gosh, I've actually forgotten the name of where they are at the moment, the city. But basically, they've gone to the city, which they found out is run by a vampire, and it's a really clean, like a clean city, incredibly technologically advanced. Think Insomnia from Final Fantasy 15. And they've gone there, and they know they need to find this particular flower, and that's why they've been sent there. Because essentially, the person that sent them was like, "Hi, can you go to this? I need you to find this flower. I know one of them's in this city, but I can't go because I'm of a power level that if I walk on this guy's territory, it's gonna knock him off. Can you guys go on my behalf and get this flower for me? I have no idea where it is, but can you find it?" So they've been searching around for this. And eventually they figured out it's down in the necropolis. Or at least that's where they think it's going to be. So they've started travelling down it, and it's great because of going for it and not having talking about the city, and it's as they're going through this necropolis, and there's a lot of history from 100 years ago where people don't know what quite happened. And they've always known that there's this necropolis beneath the city, but it was great when they actually had the moment going, this isn't a necropolis, this entire city was basically carpet bombed. And it was carpet bombed to prevent the spread of a disease that was basically ravaging the whole planet. And yeah, 2.5 million people just died in a carpet bombing, and it's great when they're suddenly down there and they're like, oh god, we've now brought ourselves down here. No wonder people don't come back from this. But it's been interesting as a DM doing that, like trying to set up world histories and like individual histories for things. Like they even came across a whole bit where they came across what was basically a bit of a bank, and they came across safe deposit boxes, and they found things like photos and bits like that, as well as coin and stuff and such. But yeah, it's also really interesting. So they've got a druid who's in the group, and he's not having a fun time because he doesn't understand why right now. But when he crit failed on a bit over a bridge that collapsed underneath him, he saw basically saw thousands of people screaming with their faces burning off. And then basically just had continual screams in his head, and it wouldn't go for ages. And he didn't understand why that was happening. And the player was like, what the hell's going on? And then he had a dream when they went to take a long rest with this woman who was screaming and grabbed his hand. And when he woke up, one of his eyes was glowing, and he had this hand, like where she grabbed him on his arm. There was like a pink mark as if he'd been grabbed. So there's things going on with that character because of druids do exist in this world, but they're not from this planet, from the material plane. They left the material plane a long time ago. So there's a lot of things like that where it's like the structure that is set up in D&D and 5e works. Alright, I've had my snack. Time to get back to drawing. But yeah, I like DMing, and I'm hoping that eventually, once I've caught up with things, I'm going to start compiling some D&D materials, which I can sort of use a test past my Patreons and things like that first, and then release. Like, I'm currently working for fun, which I will release when I've got done, is Foods of Tal'Dorei. Just because pretty much every time my players go to a new place in Tal'Dorei, they're like, what food can we find here? So I kind of want to just like compile some stuff and just be like, here, you know, this is not me saying this is canon, but if you guys want, if you've got players who are going to ask these sort of things, here you go. This is what I've used with my players. Because they're all like, obsessive with food. It is essentially post-apocalyptic. Essentially 100 years before the beginning of the game, there was a disease that no cures ever found, that just started killing humans, and only humans. Not half-elves, only pure blood humans. And it's sort of in a setting where humans think they're the only things that are on the planet, even though they're not. Everything else hides in secret. Very sort of like Buffy, Grimm-esque. And yeah, 100 years ago, basically it was a disease that turned your skin black, and eventually you would just crumble. Think like the White Coronation. If you're into like near, and it's basically similar to like White Coronation in regards to its symptoms, except for it's with black, sort of black corrosion. But yeah, it is a bit post-apocalyptic, but it has also got the fact that there's fantasy going on. But that's for my D&D setting, Solatium, which I did actually was originally a comic world that I did a couple of years ago, until one of my main characters had Disney getting a bit of a noir with me because it's too similar to Black Widow. It's like, she's nothing like Black Widow, but she's got red hair and a gun. Do kindly pee off, but problem is with Disney, it's a case of they keep doing it, they've got more money than you do, and it was like, oh, I can't keep doing this fight. So I'm currently recycling bits and hopefully going to bring out a comic around the world as well. And if I do that, what I'll probably try and do is release some of my homebrew guidelines if anyone ever wants to play in the world. I don't know, there's werewolves, and werewolves have got their own language and particular hierarchical society, like structure and that. Because I'm a nerd. Yeah, I like world building. World building's fun. Because the problem is with me, is that I hadn't really built the countries up. I'd had like the world and the mythos, but I hadn't really built the countries. But in some ways, it's been good because of what I end up doing is because a lot of my players chose very disparate countries to come from. And so I've just sat with each one of them and gone, okay, so what's in, where did you grow up? What was around you? Which has been great. It meant I got to not have to do all of it myself, but also meant that my players are really super invested in sort of the regions that they come from. So I recommend that to anyone if you're home brewing, that you're with players that are reasonably creative. Get them to help. Don't ever feel like you got to do it all by yourself. Also means then you'll definitely get very varied flavours. Or at least you should get varied flavours. The music that's playing at the moment is a remix of some of the music from Nier. It is by Rosen Redden. It's on the thing Glory to Mankind. Because honestly, I absolutely love. I absolutely love Nier. Like, I love Nier Automata. And it's definitely a game I recommend. I don't recommend playing aspects of it when you're depressed, because there are some very existential dread with elements of it. Oh, I don't know what I've done now. Nope. I don't know what I've done now. What have I done? What have I done? What have I done? I've done something and I don't know what it is. There we go, it's a ruler. That's what it was. There you go. As well. I mean, if you want, I can just put up on Twitter after I'm done with this, the link to the Spotify playlist. That way you can have a listen for yourself. Now I've just got to do his ears. I don't know what it is. Because I'm not very good doing them. But hey ho, let's give this a whirly whirl. So yeah, I'm going to probably keep on going till maybe 11, 20 past 11. If I can get most of this done tonight, I'd be happy. See, that's what I like about Spotify. Also, a lot of the tracks I use tend to be my more, what I call my stream safe ones. I also find computer game music's really helpful because it helps me focus a lot more. That's what I used to get my students to listen to when they were revising and that. Because I used to be involved in teaching until I learnt to hate the school system. Yeah, yeah, particularly if you've got ADHD and you struggle with keeping your attention on a thing, computer game music can help because of its orchestral, but generally because it's involved in computer games, it's designed to help you help you focus with what's going on around you. Ooh, that's not what I wanted. Brush size, that's what I wanted. smaller. Smaller. There we go. Sorry, I'm doing that concentration face where it's like it goes quiet whilst trying to do a thing that I'm not great at. I used to help teach sciences. I also used to assist with specific learning difficulties as well. I was in the process of doing my teacher training, and I left. And before I left, yeah, I wanted to be a science teacher because I used to work in museums and used to thoroughly love teaching in those environments. I like educating. That's why that I want to get a bit more into YouTube, because I like the utility of it as a informal teaching tool. Because I actually used to use it a lot when I was teaching as well. Because you'd find videos that were more relevant to people teaching some of the either mechanisms or theorems that you wanted to explain. My non-stream safe playlist is a lot of rock, and therefore includes a lot of swearing. Alright. Oh, wrong one. Let's bring that brightness down. There we go. Yeah, it's all that joy of putting stuff on the internet now. With the whole making sure things are safe to put on the background. Oh, hi Lamb Fusion, didn't realise that you were in watching. And Lynn Maris, hiya. Polizzi, seen a few people who've come in and out. Skinny Seahorse again, and Slow Cool. And Zaniki Bev, I think I've seen you in here before. Hi guys, welcome to the stream. Not sure how much longer I'm going to go on, probably at least another half an hour, and then I think I'm going to cool down so that I can get myself sorted for the evening so I don't sleep in too late tomorrow because I've got more stuff I need to get done tomorrow. A precious angel. Yeah, once I got these done, I think I've got maybe 2 more Patreon rewards, and then I am caught up. Very glad that I ended up cancelling a couple of cons because I don't think would have had time otherwise. Let's tear the bunding down for this. Alright. Right, before I forget, let's do his tattoos, because I know I will forget this. Because let's do them in black, and then I can always fade them out. Let's change the stabilizer to say a bit more stable. Something a bit more stable. This is when I'm going to cry, because as much as I love Dragon Age, god damn, these Valestine are usually very, very complicated. I need something filling in that. I'm going to whack a stabilizer all the way up for this, so you can get some really nice lines. going as opposed to really messy ones. Don't like that. Let's try again. It's alright, you could have chosen a more complicated one. Like, as complicated as this one is, I know that there's ones that are more complex. And to be fair, I've drawn enough of Mythals that... this is similar-ish to Mythals. It's not the same. But it's that sort of tree branching sort of pattern. And to be fair, like I said, like I've had to do a lot of Lavellan commissions before, so it's just been a while since I've had to draw Vallaslin. So probably not going to be 100% accurate, I'm afraid, but I'll do the closest that I can. Sorry, I'm doing that concentrating face again. You can always tell because I get quiet. The concentration face strikes again. Alright, now let's just bring that opacity down a little bit and get the rubber and put that on the airbrush and reduce the density down. And then make these slightly bigger. That's not what I wanted. I have no idea. It's just coming up as I literally just got a playlist of stuff, so I think it's just a remix. It's just from people who've just remixed certain bits of computer game music. Alright. What I'll also do as well here is quickly do a shadow layer. Extremely technical way of doing a shadow layer. Right, now just to start on this hair. And, okay, so brush size down, blending down, lock that shoe, and now we can just keeps playing the same songs over and over again. Right, let's take it off randomize. Have a nice evening, Jules. Thank you for coming. It's very much appreciated you coming in. It's nice having you for company. Cool. His hair's coming out actually a lot quicker than I thought it was going to, so actually that's come out pretty quick almost. So apart from the plait, which I've really got to touch up. And sort of balance out. I think we might even be able to get this done actually tonight. Yeah, it's like the hair's actually come out quite quickly. I'm actually quite surprised. Yeah, as I said like before, I think I started offering this to patrons, like the dragon patrons mainly because I was like, well, I need to practice drawing, like painting. And I was like, well, this is a good way of like getting regular painting practice. That's why, you know, I don't mind offering like quick sketches in it as part of your guys' sort of bundles each month, because it's more basically me going, okay, I need to practice things each month. And like, for instance, I want to get better at doing that sort of 3D painting like this. So your guys' support allows me to actually spend time doing stuff like this, which I can work, which I can use for practicing or portfolio work, which is really helpful. Right, okay, so now let's just do the airbrush. Alright, and then that, edit, cut. And then I'll stop when I feel like I want to stop, but at the moment I'm a bit like, oh, I might get this done, so I'll be like, I'll probably keep on going until I've got it done. Not because I'm like trying to rush it, but because I'm like, oh well, I'm feeling it, the groove is coming out, so what I might do as well, right? So don't worry, I won't push myself. It's just one of those things of like, when I'm like, oh, I'm in the groove and it's almost done. Well, is that sort of fear of going, oh, if I'm almost done, I could come back to it later and be like, not able to get it, if that makes sense. So when you get into the groove of writing and you're like, okay, well, I'm almost done with this chapter, and I could probably get this done with like reasonably without being adding on too much more of my time. I might as well finish it now. Like if the hair hadn't come out this easy, I would have been like, no, I'll stop when I said I was going to stop. But that hair's actually come out quite quickly and quite easy. So all I've got to do now is add that back in, merge that down, and then take this section, Section filter. Slow the brightness down on that a little bit. Is the cat messing around? Oh, sounds like my mum's like chatting with the cat at the moment. Alright, so as that's done, so what I'll probably just do, if it's alright with you, Witchpuppy, is I'll probably just quickly give him the sort of next sort of shawl thing that they've got at the beginning of the game, if that's alright, unless you've got any absolutely specific requests. Oh, hi AJ. By the way, AJ, Cloud should be in your folder. I finished him yesterday night. What class is your Lavellan, Witchpuppy? Oh, what sort of class is he? Oh, mage. That's always good. That's always good. I like mages. My Lavellan was a rogue, but her little brother was a mage as well. Tell you what game do you want to get next? I want to get Assassin's Creed Odyssey next, if I had the money, because gosh, that game looks fun. It looks like, and it's where that'd be the first Assassin's Creed if I did get it. It'd be the first Assassin's Creed I've played in ages. Because I refused to play them after they were like, girls are hard to animate. Bullshit. Aww, that's cute. Well, I had canon that my Lavellan actually wasn't born Dalish, that she was actually originally from Tevinter. As an escaped slave along with her little brother. If only just because I really wanted there to be the opportunity for someone to call Dorian out on his bloody slavery shit. That's why I wish that Fenris could have been in there to just be like, I know you don't mean it this way, but dear sir, fuck you. I love Dorian, don't get me wrong. I just wish there was someone more appropriate to call him out on his stuff at times. What is very... they're very worth it. The Andromeda. No, not Andromeda. Odyssey. I really wanted. My friend who I went to uni with got really excited over it because it's the period of Greek history that he absolutely adored. He was super excited for it. I'm just like, Ubisoft is taking over from BioWare on the RPG front. Alright, you happy with that Witchpuppy? Is that okay for you? Well, to be fair, you go to bed. I'm going to be heading off shortly anyway, so I will put the Spotify link out for you in the morning. But yeah, I think if Witchpuppy is happy with this, awesome. I will pop that into your folder and I'll send you a link to your individual Google Drive folder. I'll try and do that now after the stream. Well, since I've got that done, I'm probably going to call the stream here, guys, because that was going to end about about half an hour. So yeah, thank you ever so much for everyone who came. For any of you who are in the chat who don't already follow me on social media, if you bear me one moment, I can actually be super flash, hopefully. She says. And hopefully I can do a thing. There you go. There's all my social media handles, and if you're interested in my Patreon, I believe you should be able to follow that. See the link for that here. So thank you so much for everyone who came this evening. You've been great company, and I really hope you have a great evening and sleep well tonight. So anyway, thank you so much, guys. Good night.